The coronation of King Charles III is approaching, and now we have the first commemorative stamps featuring the King's silhouette and the first King's definitive stamps. As we all know, it is a new era of UK stamps, and Royal Mail offers several collectible items. However, I decided to create my own royal succession cover. It includes the last commemorative stamps with the late Queen, the Flying Scotsman, the first commemorative stamps with the King, the flowers, and the definitive stamps of both the King and the late Queen. Of course, I hope to obtain the first issue cancellation and the royal succession cancellation. But I ended up getting two separate covers. I will share the details of this story later. And before, let's discuss the special postmarks of the UK. The special postmarks, or special hand stamps, includes the first issue postmarks, some pictorial postmarks, and some special postmarks of certain post offices. But you cannot get a special postmark from a post office. Instead, you can only obtain them through two special hand stamp centers, or SHCs, one in London and the other one in Edinburgh. Every month, Royal Mail issues a bulletin that contains all the postmarks available for that month. Each special hand stamp has a unique serial number. To obtain a postmark, you need to send your postcard or cover to one of the SHCs and state the corresponding serial number for reposting. Let's take a look at the most recent bulletin. The first 3 pages contain information about how to sponsor and obtain a special hand stamp. And starting from page 4, you can find the special hand stamps and the corresponding sponsor. Most of the sponsors are philatelic dealers, such as the Westminster Collection, the Bangor Philatelic Limited, and the one I'm familiar with is the Internet Stamp Limited in Folkestone, which is actually Beckham covers. From their website, you can find the covers with the postmarks on the Royal Mail bulletin. The process works like this. Companies like Beckham Covers design special postmarks and sponsor them through Royal Mail. If approved, the postmarks became official and can be obtained by both the company and the public. For example, this is the COVID Heroes cover they designed last year. It was a gift from Beckham Covers. And I also obtained the postmark from the London Handstamp Center. Let's keep scrolling down. And the Royal Succession postmark, the one I want, it is actually sponsored by Royal Mail itself. And keep scrolling down. And these are the first issue postmarks. And this one was for the new definitive stamps, and this one for the Robin Hood stamps. In principle, you can only try to obtain the postmark on or before their dates. However, in fact, a few days late is okay, and if you are sending items outside of the UK, you have 28 days from the date of the postmark. On the last 2 pages, there are some permanent philatelic postmarks with no time limit. You can obtain them at any time, and all items for reposting must bear at least second-class postage, and for international postage, the corresponding postage must be paid with the stamps. Now let's move to the covers I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and I was trying to make a super royal succession cover. And what I did was to send an A4 size cover to London SHC 3 times, as the issue date of the commemorative stamps were 9th and 23rd March, and new definitive stamps were issued on 4th April. The first 2 times went pretty well. I got a cover like this, so I just pasted the definitive stamps for the succession postmark. A few days after the 3rd time I sent my cover to London SHC, I received a phone call from them. I was surprised because I didn't leave my phone number to them. The gentleman who called me informed me that they got my number from their colleague of the stamp selling department in Edinburgh because I buy a lot of stamps from Royal Mail. The main purpose of his call was to tell me a rule. A postmark will not be applied to a cover which already bears more than one postmark design. So I have to make some change on my cover. He suggested that they can use new stamps and new envelopes to recreate my covers. They can copy the style I arranged the commemorative stamps on the A4 size cover, and then they can put the definitive ones on another cover. And I gladly accepted it. So finally, I got two separate covers, one for the commemorative stamps and another one for the definitive stamps. They also sent me the copy of my original cover. They perfectly copied my original cover, even the barcodes I had on it. At first, I even thought it was my original cover and was amazed at how perfectly they removed the self-adhesive stamps. But later, I realized it was a different envelope. They also sent me an explanation of the dual postmarking rule, but this rule is not included in the newly issued postmark bulletin. The SHCs are not always efficient. Sometimes I need to wait my postmarks for 2 to 3 weeks. But this time, I'm very satisfied with their service. They tried hard to get in touch with me and listen to me. I didn't get what I initially want, but at least I got 2 beautiful and special covers. What do you think of this method for obtaining postmarks? Of course, the postmarks look beautiful, but let's take a closer look. We got postmarks from Bloomfield, Doncaster, and Windsor, but they were all actually cancelled in the Mount Pleasant Mail Center and not on their respective dates. Also, the first day covers sold by Royal Mail were not made on the date of issues of the corresponding stamps. I would be happier if post offices offer special postmarks. I'm even happy to travel to different places to get postmarks, but in fact, the only thing I can do is to send my covers, my postcards to the special hand stamp centers. On the other hand, how could the hand stamps look so perfect? Because they're not hand stamps at all, but applied by machine. I first learned it from Novik Philatelic blog. You can check the links in the description. Once upon a time, while I was sending a postcard to a friend and I offered him an option of a special postmark, explaining that the machine cancellation of a sorting office can be unreliable. However, he declined, stating that it was too philatelic. He prefers a more natural approach, even if it means using a pen cancellation. Too philatelic? I've never heard that saying before, but immediately gets what he meant. I'm not a big fan of official first day covers, as I think they are too philatelic too. But I think the item I created is less philatelic than an official first day cover. It is interesting that a philatelist probably hates something too philatelic. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't collect, or what is considered too philatelic and what is not. You make your own choices and establish your own rules. I'm simply providing some more options to consider. Personally, I like this way to either create a collectible item or commemorate a special day, although this system is not perfect. And a few days ago, the SHC sent me a pack of more information about the special hand stamps. Let me share some more rules about obtaining a special postmark. You can initially send all items to London SHC in one envelope. It's only on arrival that we split item up for different postmarks requested. If supplying a return addressed envelope, Please supply one for each different postmark ref number you request, as the items are supplied on arrival according to the postmark ref number requested. You don't have to put any postage on your addressed return envelope. Please send items for postmarking in a timely manner, and customers sending items from outside the UK have 28 days from date of postmark, as I mentioned before. We are unable to postmark universal mail stamps, and as they are not real mail stamps, we can only postmark real mail stamps. And here are some universal mail stamps, not issued by real mail, but can be used to send international postcards. We can only postmark stamps on one side of an item. Please do not put stamps on both sides of an envelope or postcard. And you can make a maxi card, put the stamp on either the back or the picture side of the postcard, but don't put two stamps on both sides. And finally, if adding stamps to an item that is already been postmarked for a due postmark, this additional stamp must be on the same set. The two different postmarks must be different dates. Now let's try to obtain a special hand stamp to make a first aid card for this video. And first, put a second class stamp in the top right corner, and let's choose a postmark. God Save the King is a good one, since it's a long-term postmark and we can choose the date of this video's release. The serial number is 15763, and it is sponsored by Benham Covers. They applied this postmark on their flower cover. Write the address of the London Special Hand Stamp Center on the outer cover. And I'm not sure the date of this video's release, and I will leave it from now. Also, I will write my address on this return envelope. I will post it on the date of this video release. I hope this video is helpful. Don't forget to check the related links in the description. And in the next episode, I will talk about the natural or less philatelic postmarks of the UK. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and follow me on social media if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.